I've always owned older diesels, the 7.3, the 12 valve Cummins, and I've always liked to work with my hands and get used to fixing shit, so might as well do it for a living. My father was a technician as well, and he just got me into the trade through knowledge and experience and working with him on trucks. I was always in the shop helping, fixing things, taking things apart, seeing how they worked. And I did every mechanics class that my high school would allow, and then I went into the SWAC school within a college when I was in grade 11, and I did the first year apprenticeship through the school, and then started into a trade. They essentially got me a job right out of SWAC. So it is like the RAP program, like I did RAP through high school and everything, but the SWAC is you go to the college and you do your grade 11 or 12 year through distance learning center. So you do all your distance learning and then you do your first year technical and on-the-job training in school, so you get your first year done. My favorite part about working on diesel engines is learning how they tick, learning how everything's advancing in the technology, and getting down and dirty, working with my hands and learning new things every day. Gasoline they're just not as fun, I find. It's not the same. It's just, I enjoy working on diesels since I've grown up with diesels all my life, and it just ticks in my brain better. What makes S&M Diesel stand out as a workplace for me? I'd have to say the challenging experiences, the different experiences you get from every brand, every model. You don't get just stuck with Fords or Chevs or anything like that. You're all over the map, from 95s to 2025s, all the way down to 51s. We've had a very mixed bag of anything and everything that can come into the shop you get. Aftermarket builds, everything you want. You name it, we'll do it. Everyone here gets along. It's not like you're dealing with guys that you don't like or anything like that. Everyone seems to have the same jokes, same tolerances. You just feel more at home than anywhere else. If you're working at a big shop, everyone's kind of working for the man and you don't really feel like home. But here you feel like home. You feel like everyone respects you and gets along with you. You get to know and trust in the guys that you're working with better than working at a big shop where there's 20 guys. It feels a lot better. I like to research after hours, look up YouTube videos, watch shorts, all the kind of shit that everyone does, and see what everyone else in the world is doing, what they're building, what they're accomplishing. It doesn't matter if you're a big shop or a small shop. You can learn stuff from anyone. Something about my job that I don't think most people realize is how much shit has to come apart for a lot of this stuff. How many things are over tightened, torqued to hell, and you can't get them loose. You gotta heat them up to piss and try and get them to fucking move. It never comes easy and it's always a pain. Sometimes you get it easy, and most of the time it's always rough. Always comes apart like shit, breaks shit, and then you're up shit creek without a paddle. One thing after another, this bolt breaks, that bolt breaks, or this bolt won't come out, or that thing won't do this. God forbid the coolant line's old and crappy and breaks when you take it off, and it's just everything. One thing after another usually. When it comes to vehicle types, one of my favorites is the Fords. I really enjoy working on them. I do enjoy my Dodges, but I've gotten used to the Fords, the 6.7 Fords, everything about them. I can take them apart, get them back together, running great, no time flat. Cabs off and on in an hour. 6.7 is key for me. I really like them. Dodges, they're just easy. Dodges are one of the easiest to work on. They come apart and go back together, super simple. Everything's got good enough space. They're just really easy to work on. When it comes to the customer and the work that I do for them, I think that a lot of it comes to getting them on the road faster. Not broken down, not in a shop, having to wait for parts and everything like that. Getting them down the road and rolling is the best thing, so that they can keep going with their lives and their companies and everything that they've got going in their life. It doesn't look pretty on a hoist. The things that I like to do outside of work are hang out with my family and my kids, as well as work on old motorcycles. I've got about 7 old motorcycles that I like to rebuild. I've made a bobber, I've made a street ride. Like, it's anything and everything that I like to do is just tinker. I can't be sitting still watching a movie or anything like that. I enjoy working with my hands and actually doing shit. I've been working on bikes, like again, since I was 8, 9 when my dad had a bike. I've Always helped him with bikes. He helped me repair my first bike when I was 16. I've been riding that thing ever since. I'm actually chopping the frame off of it right now and making it into a hardtail bobber. I like to do custom work. I like the old school. I have 2 bikes that are full old school, not touched, stock, brand new looking bikes, but I also like the look of the unique bikes that you see, because no one has one. It's more about the look and the feel and how it rides to me. One son loves to climb on my bikes. Every time he's in the garage, he's on the bikes trying to grab the handles and rev them and everything. So in the summer, he loves to like jump on them when they're on the kickstand and rev them up. He's just a bundle of fun with them. His mom doesn't like it, but yeah, she doesn't want him on a bike, but she's also got a bike, so it's kind of hard to say no to something that you've already got. One piece of advice I can give to any technician that wants to become a diesel technician is you don't have enough tools. I can tell you for a fact, you don't have enough tools. I have a toolbox that's got almost 100,000 in it, and I still don't have all the tools you need. There's so much diversity that you need to be able to do all this stuff. So it really helps to have a bunch of guys that get along, that actually will share and be like, hey, if you need this, come get it. It sucks. It's a big bill. It always hurts to get on the truck and buy new tools, but it helps you get faster and learn way more tricks to the trade. Be good friends with the guy with the big toolbox and do not piss him off. Clean the tools, bring it back. The rule of 3, you borrow it 3 times, you need it. Some of my goals and aspirations for in this field in the future are, I've got an old 70s Fargo that was given to me from my father-in-law. His grandfather owned it. I'd love to rebuild that and put a new engine in it. I've got a donor truck, a 12-valve Cummins, that I'm gonna put the body of that on that, and then one day have a nice old classic truck with more updated drivetrain and a lot more power, I would say. If I could pick a build that I'd want to do for a customer, I'd say anything that's old school that they want to restore, anything that they want to get up and running and driving again, that's been sitting in their field for a few years and they're just like, I drove that when I was a little kid. I want that to start running again. I want that to start ticking like it's never ticked before. I'd love to build things and fucking restore them for guys that I've never seen them running or want to see them running again. A moment in my trade that made me feel really accomplished was, of course, passing my 4th year test and passing my red seal. Those are huge accomplishments for any journeyman that's entering the field. It doesn't matter if you're gas or diesel. It just feels good to be done with school and not have to worry about going back and dealing with all that stuff again. But pretty much any time you're working on a big project, head gaskets, engine swaps, engine R&Rs, anything that's big that you get running, you get driving, no leaks, no codes, no nothing. It's always a win when it goes down the road. A lot of guys come in and they think, oh, I'm gonna have a $10,000 bill because my truck shut down on the highway, but then you fix one fuse or something like that and then it's running great again. I've had a few customers thank me and everything for all the work that I've done on their trucks. Best tip I ever got was a bag of peas. Some chick went to the U-Pick farm and picked like 5 big bags of peas and she gave them to me and I shared them with the whole shop. That was a good day. One small favor that I could ask the customer is to give me all the details. When your check engine light happened, what were you doing? Were you driving down the road at 100 kilometers an hour? Did you hit a pothole? Were your wiper blades on? Like, the more details that you can give me, the better I can service you. It doesn't necessarily have to be useful info that you think, but it gives me more of a starting ground of where I need to look at, what's wrong. Was it raining that day? Oh, some of your sensors got wet. Was it snowing or blizzarding, minus 20, minus 40? Any details that you give me gives me the edge to help you out in the long run. Everything you can give me, it doesn't matter what it is. It might be a minor thing to you, but it could be a huge thing for me.